it's hard for many of us to recognize that we're not compassionate towards ourselves. But I believe a lot of us aren't. Thanks for passing out. We say and do things that hurt us, that hurt ourselves. We don't always say and do these things consciously, but we say and we do them nonetheless. For example, I recently got upset because my goddaughter was going to be on a Zoom call with me at a certain time, and she didn't show up. She lives in California. So at first I was angry at her, but then I got angry at myself for accepting this behavior, because I texted her and I called her and she didn't respond. And she's a smart person. And so I was angry at her, then I'm angry at myself. I still think I have a little bit of that anger still going on. What I noticed is that when I made her wrong, I got, it was hurting me. And I also made myself wrong for not accepting, for letting her, do this. It's not the first time. So the opportunity is not to be upset. And one way we can do that, or that will help towards that, is by not adding any additional meaning to what's happened. Like, all that happened was she didn't show up when she said she was. That's all that happened. But anything I make up in addition, like, oh, she's done this before, like, can't depend on her, she's not, that's hurtful. But all that happened is she didn't show up. That's all. But we always do this. We make, well, at least I do. I think a lot of other people do. We make up stuff. Just like it has to be a certain way, Yeah, I planned to be on the call with her for an hour. She wasn't there. I had other things I could do. I didn't have to, that's all that happened. It's important to recognize every time we're upset at anyone, including ourselves, that we hurt ourselves. And that hurt is not good. So every time we say or think something negative about anyone, especially about ourselves, we hurt ourselves. For example, I'm attempting to write a book now, and it's taking so long. And I tell myself, like, I'll never get done, or I can't get my thoughts straight. I mean, it's okay to have those thoughts, but to recognize that they are hurting me. And this work, a lot of this work is about compassion. So that's not very compassionate. So once I recognize that, and I know it's hard to stop in the middle, because life is moving pretty fast, at least it seems that way to me. But to actually notice when we're hurting ourselves. And that's one way I could start becoming more self-compassionate. The Dalai Lama says that we can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. And then by continuing to hurt ourselves, of course, it makes it easier to hurt other people. This kind of goes back and forth. But every time, I know it's so hard not to have judgments, but here are some things you may have said to yourself at one time or another, or maybe still do. And here are some compassionate Buddhist thoughts you can apply whenever these thoughts come up. So like one is, I don't deserve compassion. So just like all beings, I suffer. And just like all beings, I am worthy of compassion. According to Buddhism, there is no fixed permanent self. No one is intrinsically bad or unworthy. I really love that about Buddhism. No one, you gotta read that again. No one is intrinsically bad or unworthy. Suffering is universal. Recognizing this is part of right view and opens the door to loving kindness for yourself. Another one you could possibly say, I should be stronger than this. So the Buddhist transformation of that. The strong acknowledge their suffering with mindfulness and gentleness. Strength in Buddhism isn't resistance, it's awareness. Mindfulness teaches us to observe suffering without judgment. True strength is in seeing clearly and responding with compassion. Here's another one. Others have it worse, so I shouldn't complain. That is a negative thought to you. It's a hurt. So the Buddhist transformation is comparing suffering doesn't ease it. All suffering deserves to be met with compassion. The first noble truth teaches that suffering exists. There's no hierarchy in who deserves relief. Your pain is real and worthy of attention, just as others is. Here's another one. If I go easy on myself, I'll become lazy or weak. Buddhist transformation. Compassion is not indulgence. It's the soil in which wise effort grows. Right effort is part of the Eightfold Path. It's about energy that avoids extremes. Harshness leads to burnout. Kindness fosters endurance and growth. Maybe I'll read one more, or maybe two more. I've always been this way, I can't change. How about that? Have you ever heard anybody say that? I've said it. Always been this way, I can't change. It's reporting in progress. Recording. It's okay. All things, including me, are impermanent. Change is my nature. Anicca is impermanence. Means that nothing is fixed, not even your habits or pain. This realization is liberating and makes healing possible. And this last one, it sounds like a good thought. You should always put others first. But Thich Nhat Hanh might not totally agree. Caring for myself nourishes my ability to care for others. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches that compassion begins with ourselves. Not saying you shouldn't be compassionate about other people, absolutely, but it begins with ourselves. You are not separate from others. By healing yourself, you heal the collective. Okay, I think we're going to go into exercises. I had to be compassionate that I could have prepared more. But I prepared as much as I prepared. And yeah, I mean, we could always do better and do more. So yeah, just be kind. Yeah, being compassionate, be kind to ourselves. We're going to do exercises in groups of 2. One. I think the first one, so if everybody would get into a group of two, and I may have a switch halfway through with another person just to give some variety. But if you could just pick one person that's sitting close to you and face them, is that possible? I think there's 20 of us. If you really don't want to do it, you could raise your hand or not do it. I could do it with somebody too if I need to, but it'd be probably good if I don't. Michael, could you do me a favor? Could you reach in my bag? And find my phone because I think I want a time.
You just need a timer?
Yeah, but I need to know how to use it.
Oh, I was gonna set one for you.
But I mean, I'm gonna be constantly setting.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Okay, so everybody is pretty much in a group of two. I see a group of three, but that's all right if there's one. Yes, okay. All right. The group of three, you'll have to manage a little differently if there was. The first one is, we'll just haven't worked out the time exactly, but the prompt is going to be, I'm not good enough. So whenever you're going to share, the other person is just going to listen without judgment. And then online, do we have that set up too? That people could be in groups of two, or how many? There's just two people. Can the people work together online? Is that possible? Just give me a minute.
That'll be fine.
Then I don't know if you want to shut the recording. How you do that? Say anything? Maybe we shouldn't.
Very good. Enjoyed it.
All right, good, thank you. Well, so where do we begin? We begin by understanding our own pain, not judging it, and allowing it to soften under the warmth of compassion. We begin by saying, I deserve the same tenderness I offer others. And from that foundation, compassion becomes a verb that flows naturally outward from ourselves to our loved ones, to those we may struggle with, and to the world. So my invitation to you is to hurt yourself less. So your love can shine greater, because we could all use it, including me, you know. I could use your love. You know, we all could use one another's love. So thank you. And much appreciated for this opportunity. You know, bowing out.